Hey, good morning, everyone. Synthwave here, and if you're new here today, welcome to my channel. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back. I hope you all are having a good Monday morning today. It is a brisk but sunny Monday morning here in Chicago, and I am just coming off of a long weekend of doing a lot of landscaping work, the back-breaking, sore shoulders and arms variety. So that is why this video is coming to you today, instead of as opposed to like a Saturday or a Friday night or something like that, because there was a lot, as a lot of you know, there was a lot of big news released. What was it, like the 31st, the 30th, something like that? It was a couple days ago. So of course, like, the community has been any big news that drops, of course the community always goes crazy, because the community is starved for new content for the game, and so anytime something like this happens, it's always a big to-do. So yeah, I was getting a lot of direct messages from other players in Telegram and through Line, kind of asking me what I thought of it. A lot of them know that I can kind of poke around the game files a little bit and look for things, and so I think they were also wanting to know what if there were any answers to be found to a lot of the questions on the forum. And of course, if you're not if you hadn't read the forum, or you don't know what's going on, there was an announcement made by Kabam Vidius for what's to be going on in June and July. And so we've got a bunch of new things happening. We've got a new bot is going to be joining the fight, one with who possesses dark energy pulsing within their sinister spark, but who also hides behind a familiar face. And we've got for July a new spotlight that is not a reforged spotlight, so we have some new content there in the form of a spotlight. But yeah, a lot of people have been wanting to know. There's been a lot of crazy speculation and wild conjecture as to who this new bot could be, and so yeah, I got a lot of messages. People wanted to know if I had any ideas or thoughts, and so I did do a little digging around, and I found an answer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So there's a few scenarios that could play out here. Probably, I would say four different scenarios, and so I don't know which scenario is correct, because of the nature of the hints that were given and the evidence that was obtained in the game files. So let's just jump right into scenario one. Scenario one is there's only one new bot being released this month or the next, and his name is Nemesis Prime. Now this is the Generations Nemesis Prime. This isn't the Last Night Nemesis Prime that we saw from the Michael Bay movie edition. So before anyone gets worked up or concerned about, well, which one is it? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Generations Nemesis Prime from the what is it, Combiner Wars or Power of the Primes? I forget where he was. So yeah, so that's scenario one. I believe it is partially correct, if I had to guess, because I'm providing my own speculation here, and I believe that scenario one is partially correct. Scenario two is that there's only one new bot being released, and his name is and turn off the video now if you don't want to know. If you don't like spoilers and you just wanted to kind of hear my thoughts on well, you're pretty much just gonna have to not watch the video if you don't want to know who it is. Yeah, so spoiler alert out of the way. There we go. So there's only going to be one new bot released, and his name is Rodimus Prime. Yes, Rodimus Prime has been spotted in the game files, and yes, if I had to guess, his 5-star will most likely only be able to be unlocked through exclusive crystals. And then probably, if they follow the Thundercracker model, then probably by a 3-day arena later on. And if they, again, following the Thundercracker model, I would have to guess his 4-star will most likely be able to be unlocked through either this mini special event they have going on in June or in July's Spotlight. I kind of think that July's Spotlight will be Nemesis Prime, if I had to guess. So the reason why there's so many different scenarios is that it's the vagueness, the sort of nebulous clue that or hint that Vidius dropped, and that it's a dark energy within their spark, but they also hide behind a familiar face. And so both of those can be Nemesis Prime or Rodimus Prime. So I'm going to lay out scenario 3 here and say that this is the one that I'm backing. This is my horse that I'm backing, and that they will release both Nemesis Prime and Rodimus Prime. Rodimus Prime, if I had to guess, will be this mini event, this mini special event that they're doing at the end of the month. And Nemesis Prime will probably be July's Spotlight bot. And I say that because Nemesis Prime, he's not in the game files yet. There's no trace of him, and that's not uncommon. Thundercracker didn't really show up until much later, closer to his release date. Since they're both going to be reskins, there's not really a lot of effort that goes into doing that. But I've noticed when they release new bots, you can kind of tend to find little bits and pieces of them scattered across the game files. And so Rodimus Prime is definitely in there, and so he is confirmed. Now there is a scenario 4 here, and it's one that I think a lot of other players on the forum have also considered it, but I don't think it's likely, at least for June and July anyways, and that there's going to be only one bot this release for June, July, and it's Rodimus Unicronus. This scenario seems unlikely for a number of reasons. I would say number one, his name isn't in the game files. It's only Rodimus Prime. But that said, I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing here. They could have just put Rodimus Prime's name in the game files as a kind of red herring measure taken by Kabam to keep people like me from snooping around the game files looking for the right answer to post on their Forged to Fight YouTube channel. So, like I said, it's it's possible, but I don't think that's likely. The other reason is, of course, if you know anything about Rodimus Unicronus, he's a version of Rodimus Prime corrupted by the Matrix of Chaos, and his sole purpose becomes to destroy the Matrix of Leadership. And so the Matrix of Leadership, if you've been following the story in the game, we haven't had it really any Act 4. And so I haven't done story mode in ages, so I can barely recall the story. But from what I do remember, the Matrix of Leadership hasn't really played an important role in the game's storyline so far. So again, I kind of find it a stretch to think that they would put Unicronus in the game right now, since his sole purpose is basically to destroy the Matrix of Leadership. Just from a plot and a story point of view, that doesn't make a lot of sense to release him, at least at this point in the game. So I don't really think that's, it's going to be Rodimus Unicronus, right now. Now that, that could change down the line. And this is, I guess, since we're on the subject right now, this would kind of be my only not negative point, but, critical concern, I guess, is that they are, if it is Scenario 3, if it is Nemesis Prime and Rodimus Prime, it is a little concerning that they've picked, that they've done another reskin. They've reskinned Optimus Prime as Nemesis Prime. And they've chosen another bot, and albeit he's new, and that's good if it is Rodimus Prime. I'm glad they're designing new bots again. That's great. That's great for the game. It's great that it's Rodimus, but what you have to consider is that they're picking bots that they can kind of get more bang for their buck for, and by that I mean they're picking bots that all have different iterations, different versions of them. Rodimus Prime becomes Rodimus Unicronus later. So there's a concern there, and it hasn't, for now it remains unfounded. It's an unfounded concern, but that is kind of what jumped right into my mind, is that they're picking these bots that you can easily reskin, and so time will tell. Hopefully they do have other bots that they're working on in the pipeline right now that we will see later this year, and hopefully my concerns will be unfounded. But yeah, that is kind of my only concern right now, is that they're picking these bots that you can kind of squeeze a little bit more out of. So I don't know, we'll see, but there you go. So yeah, if I were a betting man, I would, my speculation for this is that we will see Rodimus Prime coming up at the end of June in the form of a special event, and then exclusive crystals, and then probably a little bit later a 3-day arena. And then July Spotlight, we'll see the arrival of Nemesis Prime. So there you go, guys. Next video we'll start in on some Spotlight videos for Dinobot. I already did all 4 of the hardest lanes and recorded the audio for that. So I just got to upload them, but when this news dropped, it kind of threw a monkey wrench in my the chronological order to do all of this. So I went ahead and did this video before that, and I discovered this thing about my screen recorder, Mobizin, I don't know. It's through Samsung. It's their recording app, and I really loved the app because it allowed me to record internal audio, which means you don't hear all the screen tapping and breathing and just all the ambient external noise that makes for a terrible experience, a viewing and listening experience. So I liked that they offered internal audio. Well, I just got an announcement. It just said don't update the app because they're doing away with internal audio. So don't update the app. So I made it so the app would never update. Well, apparently they did away with the app and they merged it into this other app, and they want you to go and buy these ridiculous earbuds that only they allow you to record internal audio. But so far I'm looking at the reviews on Amazon, they don't look that great, or the directions, the instructions seem very vague and sketchy. So I don't know if I want to spend $25 on earbuds to continue to use this app. It kind of makes me mad that they did that. They did away with the internal audio. So I'm going to look around for other alternatives. I did get, like I said, all the hardest lanes of Master Spotlight. I got them recorded before they made this change, so I can upload those. And hopefully in the meantime that will give me time to find a viable solution that will continue to allow me to record internally, because it just sounds bad when you have external audio. So yeah, anyways, hopefully I'll have it figured out by then. In the meantime, look out for the next Spotlight videos. I'm kind of recording, since no one is sending me videos of fight footage. I'm kind of recording some of my own battles on Alliance mission lanes, on how to kind of for the Ludus Cybertronia bit that I'm doing for the channel. So keep an eye out for the next video of that. They're going to be shorter videos. They're going to be under between 5 and 10 minute long videos, so not very long. So keep an eye out for those. Like I said, if you're new here, welcome. I would appreciate the hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. All of that helps the channel out to help it grow, get more visibility for it. As work settles down on my new home, I hope to have more videos that I start uploading again more. It's just all my time has been going to this house. So yeah, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.